The offices of the Texas Attorney General and the 31st Judicial District Attorney releasing a nearly 250-page summary on the Thomas Brown case earlier this week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kaylee Green, filling in for Andy and Jackie tonight. That summary of the investigative process, along with an overview of evidence, was somewhat contradicted by a private investigator's presentation in Canadian last night. But the OAG says Brown's death remains questionable and the case is at an impasse. That story is topping our news tonight at 10.
18-year-old Thomas Brown was last seen on November 23, 2016. Klein Investigations and Consulting, led by Philip Klein, the PI hired by the family, said his remains were found on January 9th of 2019 near Lake Marvin, east of Canadian. Now, because of the amount of public interest, the AG is releasing some information on the case and has formed a new cold case and missing persons unit. Thomas Brown's case is the first for the new unit. In that summary from the AG's office, details about evidence from Brown's vehicle to his phone are detailed, along with physical and circumstantial evidence for a criminal act or homicide, accidental death, or suicide. Although the summary notes Brown was struggling with mental health issues but didn't seek help. There had been talk in social media posts about suicide. The summary says Brown's phone showed a search for a suicide hotline the night he went missing. The AG's office says it wants to be open and transparent about the case, saying in part, quote, "While it is not common practice to disclose evidence in a pending investigation, we believe providing a general synopsis of the known facts in this case will dispel conjecture and provide a thorough explanation for the inevitable, but frustrating conclusion that this investigation has reached an impasse and should be suspended until such time as additional reliable evidence may be discovered." From timeline details to whether or not to view Brown's death as a suicide or the result of foul play, Klein's proposed narrative of the case has conflicted with the AG's office. Here's some of Klein's opening statement Wednesday night.
The OAG released a report last night which kind of, I don't know how to say it other than it's the most unprofessional report I've ever read. I'm very surprised by it. I think they were panicked as they knew we were going to release some information that's never been released about the Tom Brown case today. Including a possible manner of death.
The AG's office says it initially thought presenting the case to a grand jury might bring new evidence, but ultimately it wouldn't be fruitful or ethical. As of now, Brown's death remains questionable, without enough evidence to conclude how he died.
We have Klein's full presentation last night, along with the entire 249-page summary from the AG's office. That's all waiting for you at myhighplains.com.